Hello friends, this video on Getting to Know Plants Part 7 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. So that was all about stem. So let us now discuss about leaf. So what is a leaf? A leaf is a green, lateral, flattened structure borne on stem nodes. Now what are the nodes on a stem? So if this is your stem, that is the, let's say you have a plant on a pot. So this is your pot and then this is your plant. This is the central stem or the central axis. So this will bear a lot of leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. So from this stem, you will have branches coming up like this. So the points from which new branches come up, those points are termed as nodes. So here you have, these are the points of nodes. So leaves are present on the nodes. So from the nodes only you will have new leaves. And they are green in color, yes. They are flattened structures. So leaves are like flat structure. It's like how you have a piece of paper. So similarly you have the leaf. However, the size and shape of the leaves vary from plant to plant. These are the most important organs for photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is the process by which green plants prepare their own food in presence of light. So plants are able to prepare their food by utilizing the energy of the sun. So that is why it is called photosynthesis. Photo is light, synthesis means to prepare. So to prepare food in presence of light. Now, do you know how plants are able to use the light energy? Plants are able to use the light energy due to the presence of a green pigment in them. And what is that green pigment? That green pigment is called chlorophyll. And this chlorophyll is present in the leaves of the plant. Because of the presence of this pigment, the plant leaves are green in color. So if there are no leaves in a plant in general, so their photosynthesis will not be able to take place. However, sometimes, for example, as I was telling you that sometimes in some exceptional plants, stems might also be modified to perform photosynthesis. But in a general scenario, leaves will perform photosynthesis. So if leaves are not there, plants will not be able to perform photosynthesis. So if photosynthesis is not taking place, that means plant is not able to prepare its food. So what will happen? The plants will tend to become weaker. The plants can even die due to lack of food. So leaf is very critical. Now, when you look at a particular leaf, a leaf also has different parts. So let us look at the parts of a leaf. So a leaf has three major parts. The first one is lamina. Lamina, which is also known as the leaf blade. That is this flattened portion of the leaf. That is lamina. This is called the lamina. So the major portion of the leaf which we actually see, that's the lamina. The next part is the petiole. So petiole is this part of the leaf. So this part is petiole. So petiole kinds of holds the lamina of the leaf. So that immediate stalk-like structure just below the leaf blade, that is the petiole. And the third part is the leaf base. So leaf base would be this part. So this part. So from where the leaf structure starts. So the point on the stem from where the leaf structure starts, that's the leaf base. Next you have a stalk-like structure, that's petiole, and then you have the lamina or the leaf blade. So lamina is the most noticeable part of the leaf. So lamina, as I said, is also called leaf blade, and this is the green expanded part. So this entire part is lamina. So lamina is that place where veins and veinlets are present. Now what are veins? So if you look at the structure of the leaf closely, you will see that these kind of lines are present on the leaves, right? So these lines are called veins, and from the veins you can see further branches arise. So they are called veinlets. So all these veins and veinlets are present on the lamina. What is the purpose of the veins? They again help in transporting water and food to different corners of the leaf. So we will talk about that a little later. So these veins and veinlets will be present on the lamina. So that's one thing. Secondly, another important thing is that stomata is also present in the leaf, and the stomata is also present on the lamina. So what is stomata? Stomata are very, very tiny pores, very, very tiny openings which are present on the lamina, and through these stomata, gaseous exchange take place. That is, if the plant needs let's say carbon dioxide, so the carbon dioxide will enter the plant through these stomata. If the plant wants to throw out oxygen, the oxygen will come out through these stomata. So these tiny pores called stomata are also present on the lamina of the leaf. So the stomata helps in exchange of gases. So that is another importance of lamina. Not only these, even the pigment which I was talking about, chlorophyll. So that chlorophyll pigment is also present in the lamina of the leaf. And because of the presence of this chlorophyll, the leaves are green in color, the leaves are able to perform photosynthesis. The next part is the petiole, or the petiole is the leaf stalk. It is this stalk which holds the leaf. So this part is the petiole. So if petiole is not there, the lamina will not get any support. So it is a flexible, thin structure. So even though it is a stalk, but it is not very hard and woody. It is quite thin, quite flexible. So if you put a lot of pressure on the petiole, it can even break. So it is not very strong, but it's kind of flexible, but it just provides some support to the leaf blade. So under normal situations, the function of petiole is to hold the leaf blade. So as you can see here, these are the petioles. But it is not necessary that all leaves of all the plants will have petioles. Now there are some plants where the leaves do not have petioles. So let us look at examples of certain plants. So some leaves can have petiole. So leaves with petioles are called petiolate. So, and this is most common for most of the plants. So those leaves which have petioles, those leaves are called petiolate. That is, they have petiole. Whereas there are certain plants, for example, grass. Now in grass, where is the leaf? This entire thing is the leaf. But do you have a stalk which holds the leaf? No. So we really do not have a petiole. So this is an example of a leaf without a petiole. So this type of plants are called sessile. So sessile leaves are those which are without petiole. So leaves without petiole. And there are grass is not the only example. Even if you look at plants like wheat or maize, you do not see the petiole. So here also you see you have the leaf. This is the leaf blade, but you do not have the petiole. So this is also an example of a sessile plant. So let us now look at the third part of the leaf, that is the leaf base. So it is the basal part that attaches the leaf to the stem. Now, as I said that these leaves, they are attached. So there is a petiole in between the leaf blade and the stem. But this point at which it is like attached to the stem, so that point is the leaf base. Now, the leaf base also can be different in different plants. For example, in some plants like the legumes, the peas and all. So these kind of plants, the leaf base is swollen, and the swollen structure is given a new name called pulvinous. So here if you look at it, this is how the legumes would look like. So the base from where the leaves arise, so that is like a swollen structure. So that's called pulvinous. In case of legumes, the swollen leaf base is called pulvinous. It is a swollen leaf base. Whereas in other plants like grass, in case of grass, the leaf base is a sheath-like structure. So in this case, you do not have a leaf base because a petiole is not there. So you distinctly do not see a leaf base, but the leaf base is like a sheath. It is like something which is like spread along the ground horizontally. So it is like a sheath. So in grasses, it is very much different. Now the main function of the leaf base is to protect the axillary bud, because this bud gives rise to various modifications. So in order to protect the axillary bud, these leaf base exists. So that's how we have the different parts of the leaf. Besides this, we also have certain other parts like stipules. So these stipules are leaf-like structures which are present on the leaf base. Let's look at some of these plants. So if you look at these plants, what do you see? So at the leaf base itself, you have tiny leaf-like structures. You see here. So leaf-like structures are present here. So these leaf-like structures are called stipules. Very tiny in size. So again, here also you would see these leaf-like structures at the base of the leaf. So they are called stipules. So here the stipules are like kind of curved and curvy. So in different plants, as I said, these would be different. So there are variety of shapes in which stipules exist in different plants. So in case of Smilax, that is this plant, this is Smilax and this is Ziziphus. So in case of Smilax, you have coiled stipules. So you have coiled stipules, whereas here you have spiny stipules. So the stipules are like pointed structures.
Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more educational videos with a better experience. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you once again.